morning, children. So, in the previous classes, what we did is we have completed a chapter. What is that chapter? Integers. In the next chapter, today I'll start second chapter, and what is that? Fractions and decimal numbers. But here, first I'll explain about fractions. So, after completing this about fractions and their fraction additions and subtractions and multiplication and all, then we'll go for decimal numbers. So first, what is a fraction? Actually, I have learned in 6th class itself, but then also I'll explain again. So what is a fraction? What is meant by a fraction? What is meant by a fraction? See, okay, I'll give you one daily life example. See, you are at home. So this is, so what happened is, you have invited your friends to your home. You have invited your friends to your home. So how many of them come is 3 members came. So including you, totally 4 members are there. So whenever you have invited some friends to your home means you have to supply some snacks to them. So they are guests now. So we have to give some snacks to them. So for that, what your mother did is, she brought an apple and she gave it to you and said that share among yourself. Share among yourself, she said. And she kept a knife there and a plate and an apple and she went away. So now how many of you are there in that circle? That means in your group, totally 4 members. So what you have to do? Will you give that? You have to make into pieces. So to share one apple, you cannot give one apple, no, totally. So you have only one apple with you. So what you have to do? You have to share it. So what will you do? You will make them into 4 pieces. So how will you make them into 4 pieces? Why? Because your 4 members are there. So you have to make them into 4 pieces. So how will you share those 4 pieces? Actually, will you take a larger piece and the smaller piece to your friend, like that? If you give like that, is it correct? No. So your mother taught you that you have to share equally. So what will you do? You should cut that into 4 equal parts. 4 equal parts. First you should cut into 2 equal halves. 2 equal halves, and then again from those halves again make them into again equal halves. Okay, see, this is an apple. So what will you do? First you will cut that into 2 halves, 2 pieces. Then what will you do? Again you will cut this into one more half. Totally you will do 4 pieces and you will give those pieces to your friends and you will enjoy on the day, and then they will. So here, when the apple is whole, that means when your mother gave you that apple, how it is? It is whole. It is 1. Total apple is this called whole. Whole or 1. Totally 1 apple. And what you did? You have divided that into 4 equal parts. You have divided that into 4 equal parts, and remember clearly equal parts. You have to divide that into equal parts. So when you have divided into equal parts, see, when it is 1 apple, you are saying I have 1 apple with me. So you gave 1 piece to your friend. Now, how to say that? What is this piece? How much is that piece? How will you represent that piece mathematically? So while saying 1 apple, mathematically you are saying 1. Mathematically you are saying 1. Then how will you represent this piece? This piece, 1 piece. How will you represent this piece? See, what you did here? You have divided that into 4 equal parts. Totally how many parts you have divided? 4 equal parts. The representation of each part is nothing but a fraction. The representation of each part is nothing but a fraction. Now how to write this part? See, this is one piece, second, third, fourth. Totally how many pieces you have? 4 pieces. So, among the 4, this is 1. Among 4 pieces, this is 1. So, I'll write it as 1 by 4. 1 among 4. 1 among 4. From the 4, you have taken 1. From the 4, you have taken 1. So, this is 1 by 4, this is 1 by 4, this is 1 by 4 and this is also 1 by 4. So, in what happened? Same. If your friends have taken all those 4 pieces, means you can say that each got 1 by 4 piece. Each got 1 by 4. Now, this 1 by 4 is called as fraction. What do we call that one? Fraction. Now, okay. So, if it is 1 piece means 1 by 4 you say. But what happened is, one of your friend don't like that apple. So, what he did is, he gave to another friend. He gave to another friend. Now, that friend have 2 pieces. That friend have 2 pieces of apples. Now, one is 1 by 4, another is 1 by 4. He have 2 pieces of apple. What is that fraction? 2 by 4. Among 4, he got 2 pieces. Among 4, he got 2 pieces. Okay. So, this is generally a fraction. If you want, I'll give you an example like this also. See, this is whole. Okay, so this is whole. Totally, see, 1 square. First, whole, 1, only 1. Now, I'll divide this into 2 halves. 2 halves, see, I have divided it into 2 halves. Now, this is 1 by 2 and this is 1 by 2. Yes or no? This is 1 by 2 and this is also 1 by 2. Next, if I divide that into, see how many parts I have divided here? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 parts. I have divided this into 4 parts. Yes? Now, this is 1 by 4, 1 by 4, 1 by 4 and 1 by 4. Okay. Now, see here, what I did here? I have shaded 2 parts. I have shaded 2 parts. Now, what is the fraction of those shaded parts? This is 1 by 4, 1 by 4. Totally 2 by 4. Since 2 parts are shaded, so totally 4 parts are there. So, from those 4 parts, we have considered 2 parts. So, this fraction is 2 by 4. Okay. Now, see here, how many parts I did here? How many parts? Totally 8 parts. Total 1 has divided into 8 parts. Totally 8 parts. Now, if you consider here, how many are shaded? Only 1. That means, what is the fraction of that one? 1 by 8. Among 8, you are considering only 1 part. So, we will call it as 1 by 8. 1 by 8. Okay. Now, see here. Count the shaded parts. Count the shaded parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Totally, how many are shaded? 5 are shaded. So, what is that fraction? 5 by 8. It means among 8, 5 are shaded. 5 are considered. So, we'll write the fraction as 5 by 8. Okay. Always in the denominator, you'll get a total parts. When writing a fraction, you have to write the total parts in the denominator. Sorry, I'll say about that the denominator and numerator afterwards. Okay. Now, this is 5 by 8. So, this is about a fraction. That means, see, if you observe here, a fraction is written in the form of, P by Q. A number above the line, a number below the line. Okay, or A by B also. You can write it as A by B also. Number which is written in general we use P by Q only. So P by Q. Now what you call this P? Above number. What you call that above number? And what you call this a below number? This is called numerator and this is called denominator. This is above number is called numerator and below number is called denominator. Okay, so I'll give you first, I'll write that definition. Fraction means what? A part of a whole is called a fraction. A part of a whole is called as fraction. In general, a fraction is represented as P by Q form, where P comma Q are integers and Q not equal to 0. So P by Q. In this, P is an integer, Q is an integer. See, in the previous example we have written 1 by 4. 1 by 4. In this, 1 is an integer, 4 is also an integer. Both integers are we have to consider. P and Q both must be integers and Q not equal to 0. Why Q not equal to 0? Why? Because if you consider if you write like this 1 by 0. If you write 1 by 0, the denominator if you write 0, is it possible? Is it defined? Can you find the value of 1 by 0? Can you divide? See here, this is nothing but by means division only. So, if you consider that, can you divide a number by 0? It is not possible. This is not possible or not defined. So, that's why always Q must not be equal to 0. In a fraction, all the fractions are in the form of P by Q, where P and Q are integers and Q not equal to 0. Okay, in this P by Q, what I said, P is called as numerator and the Q is called as denominator. In P by Q, Q is called as denominator. Okay, so this is about a fraction. Now, how to represent pictorially, or if they have given in a picture form how to write fraction. See, I have given you pictures also. I have shown you pictures. See, representation of fraction like this, like a picture. This is called pictorial representation. This is called pictorial representation. So, how to write if they have given picture, how to write a fraction, and if they have given a fraction, how to write it in pictorial form. See, I will give you some examples on that. Pictorial representation of fractions. Pictorial representation of fractions. See, in that, if they have given, see, one circle is given. Examples I give you. Now, this total circle is 1 and that is divided into 4 parts. So, 1 is shaded. Now, what is this? Fraction. Nothing but 1 by 4. Total parts are 4. and 1 is shaded. So the fraction is 1 by 4. Now they have given like this. Now what is this fraction? How many parts they have divided? They have divided that into 2 parts. So the ratio is, the fraction is 1 by 2. Now one more. Now total, how many parts are there totally? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. First I'll write the denominator, 9. Now go for shaded parts. Now how many are shaded? 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So what is the fraction? 5 by 9. 5 by 9. Okay. So this is when a picture is given how to write a fraction. When a picture is given how to write a fraction. Now if they have given a fraction, how to write that as a picture? See. They have given 3 by 5. 3 by 5. Now, or 2 by 3, I'll take 2 by 3. Any, see, while representing a fraction, you can consider any symbol. Okay, not only this circle, any square, a rectangle, a triangle, whatever it is. But while dividing that into parts, you have to divide it into equal parts. You have to divide into equal parts. Now see here, what is the denominator? Based on the denominator, you have to divide. Based on the denominator, you have to divide. See, what is the denominator? 3. Denominator is 3. So what you have to do? You should divide this whole into 3 parts. How many parts I have divided? 3 parts. Now this is divided into 3 parts. Now what is the numerator? Numerator is 2. So shade 2 parts. Shade 2 parts. Now this is 2 by 3 in pictorial form. Next, one more. 3 by 5. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. See here, the denominator is 5. So you have to divide that into 5 parts. You have to divide that into 5 parts. Now see, what is the numerator? The numerator is 3. So you have to shade any 3 parts. Not only first 3 or last 3. Any 3 parts you can shade. So I will shade like this. See, 3 parts are shaded. Totally 5 parts are there. So this is pictorial representation of fractions. See, in the previous examples, when picture is given, how to write fraction we have learned. And here when fraction is given, how to write a picture. Okay, one more last. 7 by 8. 7 by 8 is given. So here, we can go with the 7 by 6 word. 5 by 6 I think. Totally, I have divided it into 8 parts. Now, how many you have to shade? 5. And 5. So, what is the ratio here? What is the fraction? 5 by 8. So, this is pictorial representation of fractions. Okay. So, next we have types of fractions. Next, so fraction and the pictorial representative fraction we have learned. Next, types of fractions. Next, I'll explain types of fractions. Types of fractions. Now, in this types of fractions, first one is proper fractions. So, what is meant by proper fractions? Which fractions are called as proper fractions? See, if you observe a fraction, what I said, in a fraction you'll have a numerator and a denominator. So, if you observe that numerator and denominator, if the numerator is smaller than the denominator, then that is called as proper fraction. What we call it? Proper fraction. See, if in a fraction, if the numerator is smaller than the denominator, then it is called a proper fraction. See example. Two by 5. 2 by 5. See here. 2 by 5. The numerator is 2, denominator is 5, and the numerator is smaller than the denominator. Numerator is smaller than the denominator. So this is called proper fraction. Now, how to write this? See, the denominator is 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And how many? Numerator is 2. This is one example. Next, second example. Tell me, okay, you are not here. To say the example, you are not here. I have to think myself only. You are not at all giving the answers. Why? Because you are there and I am here. Okay. It's becoming ridiculous. 3 by, how much should I take? 3 by 8 I'll take. Simple one. 4. And now it is 8. The denominator is 8. So, I have to divide that into 8 parts. Now, what is that numerator? 3. So, shade 3 parts. 1, 2, and 3. Okay. So, this is a proper fraction. Proper fraction means always the numerator must be smaller than the denominator. Numerator must be smaller than the denominator. 2 is smaller than 5. 3 is smaller than 8. Then only we call it as proper fraction. Okay. So, what is the second type of fraction? Second, improper fraction. I-M-P-R-O-P-E-R. Improper fractions. Improper fractions means this is reverse. In a fraction, if the numerator is greater than the denominator. See, the proper fraction what I said, if the numerator is smaller, then we are saying it as proper fraction. But if the numerator is greater than the denominator, then that is called improper fraction. And improper then it is called an improper fraction. If the numerator is greater than the denominator, then that is called improper fraction. Now, example. See, first example, 5 by 2. See here, the numerator is 5 and the denominator is 2. Or already I'm taking that no, so I'll take 5, 3. 5 by 3. Numerator is greater than the denominator. Now this is called improper fraction. What do we call this? Improper fraction. Why? Because the numerator is greater than the denominator. Now, how to represent this pictorially? Always what you have to do while drawing pictorially, you have to see the denominator only. So first I'll consider one rectangle. Now based on the denominator, it is 3. So divide this into 3. But the numerator is what? 5. Here only 3 parts we have. So what you have to do, you have to consider one more rectangle and you have to divide that into same 3 parts. Same 3 parts. Until you get here. The numerator, how many are there? That many should be available. Should be available in that pictures. See, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. See, whatever the picture you have taken in the first figure, same you have to take, and how many parts you have divided, same number of parts you have to divide. In the second figure also. Okay, 5 by 3. Here, the numerator is more. If you consider only 3 parts, we are getting only 3. 1, 2, 3 only. But here we have 5, no? So to get 5, what you have to do? You have to consider same one more figure. And you have to divide that into same denominator, same 3 parts. Now count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So in that we need only 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You have to shade only 5 parts. Okay. Now second, one more. What should I take? Seven by 3. Now see here. 7 by 3. 3 no? So I'll take 4 and here I'll take 11. 11 by 4 again. See, the numerator is 11 and the denominator is only 4. The numerator is greater than the denominator. So this is called improper fraction. Now how to represent this pictorially? Again. So what I do is, now I'll take a circle and I'll divide this into 4 parts. Why? Because the denominator is 4, so I'll divide this into 4 parts. But if you count it, how many parts you got? Only 4. But in the numerator, how many you have? 11 you have. So what you have to do? You have to consider one more circle. Again divide it into, based on the denominator, 4 parts. Now count it. 4 and 4 totally 8 only. But here it is 11. So what you have to do? You should consider one more figure. Same, see, if you have considered circle means you have to consider same circle only. If you here circle and here one square and then rectangle, should not consider like that. All must be of same shape and the same parts. Okay, 4, 4 and here again 4. Now see, this total parts 12. So more than this. So we have the required parts. Now go for shape. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and 11. So this is how you represent improper fractions. 5 by 3 and 11 by 4. Actual definition is, the numerator must be greater than the denominator. Numerator must be greater than the denominator. Then they are called improper fractions. Okay. Third one. Third and important one. mixed fractions. Mixed fractions. What is meant by mixed fraction? The combination of an integer and a proper fraction. The combination of an integer and a proper fraction is called as mixed fraction. The combination of an integer and a proper fraction is called as mixed fraction. It's called as mixed fraction. See, if I write example, then only you will understand. See here, I'll write it as 1 by 4. Now see, the combination of an integer and a proper fraction. Compulsory, this fraction must be a proper fraction. Then only it is called as mixed fraction. See, here one integer and then a proper fraction. 1 by 4. Next, 3 2 by 5. 3 2 by 5. How I am reading? Listen clearly. 1 by 4. 3 2 by 5. Now this type of fractions are called as mixed fractions. What we call them? Mixed fractions. Mixed. Both are mixed together. So that's why we are calling it as mixed fractions. Now, how to represent this pictorially? Again, do you know? See here, this proper fraction you know. But what about this integer? This integer is nothing but this whole part. That is nothing but, let's say, whole part. See, if you have one apple and then one piece. See, in the first time, the starting of the class, I have explained you. What you did, your friends came to your house, means you have divided that into 4 parts. You have divided that into 4 parts. Now this is, see like this. First you have 1, totally 1. Then you have divided that into 4 parts. Then you have divided that into 4 parts. You have 1 with you and then you have divided into 4 parts. Now, if you have 2 apples with you, if you have 2 apples, see this is 1 and you have divided this into 4 parts and you have given 3 parts to your friends and 1 you have taken. Now, how much do you have with you? 1 whole apple and then 1 by 4 of a piece, a part of that second apple. You have total 1 apple and then a part of the next second apple. So same like this only you have to draw. See, 1 by 4 first total whole you have, 1 you have and then 1 by 4. Total 1 and then I have divided into 4 parts. From that this is 1 by 4. So 1 by 4. 1 by 4. Next 3 2 by 5. So what will you do? 3 2 by 5. So 3 again 3 holes. So 1 2 3 and here this is 1 2 3 2 by 5. 1 2 3 4 5. Last part, these are holes and last you have to write it into proper fraction. 2 by 5. So first divide it into 5 parts and shade 2 by 5. 2 by 5. So instead of keeping just like that, just shade total. We are including this also, no? So just shade totally without dividing them into, just shade them totally. So now this is 3 2 by 5. Okay, so this is 1, 1 by 4, and this is 3, 2 by 5. So these are the main type of fractions. We have two fractions are there, types of fractions in types of fractions. Okay. So, but here up to now, what we have learned, first one is proper fraction, and second improper, and third mixed fractions. These three are very important fractions. Okay. So, read the definitions and try to practice pictorially. I'll give you homework in the group. Okay. So, this is about today's lesson.